Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are live. That's right. We are live once again. We are back. The Wrestling for Life Network is here. And as always, we are going to run through a couple hours of live stream wrestling. We have NXT 2.0 tonight. The card is stacked. Lots of stories, lots of backstage stuff to talk about. I know you fans out there are going to want to get into a lot of this meaty, oh my God, WWE rumor stuff, and we're going to dive into
Papa
all
Paul
of it.
is back.
That's it. Here we go. Zoe Stark's on her way to the ring, and we are on our way to a great night, folks. Stay tuned and let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, like I already said, we are live and we are ready to go tonight. It's Tuesday, Monday Senior in the books. Bye-bye, sayonara. Hump Day tomorrow, Friday Junior on the horizon. We're getting there, folks. The weekend is right there. We can almost get a taste of it already. Zoe start kicking off our night with energy. But speaking of energy, we are going to run through this show tonight. I'm joined by the Baron of Banter, the Master of Mischief.
I was about to say, when you were talking about energy, I think I got the most energy on this goddamn channel. I have to say.
Let's go. There's nothing wrong with that. But yeah,
no.
The one, the
Thank
only
you,
big
internet friends, for joining us on another terrific Tuesday night.
He's feeling good tonight.
Oh, absolutely. I am on
ready.
cloud 11 because, you know, we are finally towards the tail end of the Papa Paul purgatory. I feel like if there's any show that could have an influence immediately from the regime change, it's going to be NXT. It's always been Hunter's baby. It's pretty much got the clique backstage working on it, and it's not leading to anything significant like SummerSlam. And I mean, shit, we're kicking off with Zoe Starks, who instantly has put the NXT women's division on notice. I think she's going to be the one that takes the title off
I think it's
Mandy
possible.
and sends her up to the main roster.
I don't mind how she's cutting this promo, folks. And like I said, we're off to a great start. That was Big Nick. I finally got to say it. And as always, I am every night KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube, and I'm here all the fucking time. I hope you guys are having a wonderful week. I hope it's going well. Whatever you're doing, it puts a smile on your face. And yes, Zoe Stark, to me, has an opportunity here. She looks like she's getting a bit of a rub, a bit of a push. And she looks great. She's talking really strong. And I don't really remember much of her promo ability from her brief stint prior to her injury. So let's see.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I think with her is that you got a little bit of that flash in the pan of you got enough to really see her and see that there's a bunch of talent there. There's a bunch of potential. Yeah. And then she got snatched away with an injury. And so now that she's back, she instantly seems, you know, leaps and bounds above most of the NXT 2.0 women's roster.
Yeah, I mean, a very strong contender for Mandy Rose, and I mean, like, for all the reasons you just said. And I'm really impressed with this. This is good. It feels natural. It doesn't feel overly scripted.
Well, and like what you've said with some of the women on NXT 2.0 is that she actually looks like a badass. She actually looks like she could kick some ass. She doesn't look like she's, you know, fresh out of high school.
Yeah.
And, you know, attempting to fight with a paper mache skateboard. Speaking of paper mache skateboards.
We have company.
The daughter of Bailey and AJ Lee, Cora Jade.
Uh-oh. Zoe's got beef, but I feel like she's thinned out a little. I think toned out a little in her time off.
Looks amazing. She
really looks good. She looked ready. And again, I don't love promos kicking off a show, but that was a good, powerful promo. And she's not in the back standing up behind some wall going, "Hi, I'm Zoe. I like to wrestle, and I like walks on the beach, and I play with my hair sometimes, and then I wrestle some. Yeah, no, she's coming out with some jam, with some energy.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is she instantly seems serious and legitimate. I like that. Well, we've talked about with NXT before to where it may not always make the most sense, but it's always there's at least always something going on. So far, yes, we did start with a promo, but
Okay.
everything seems to be taken a bit seriously. Everything kind of has a purpose behind it.
Right? But no, I absolutely think that Cora Jade, I mean, she's got to do some work with me. I'm not sold on her yet, but they're giving her mic time, and she just sometimes comes off a little like after school special. Like,
well, it's just she turned from, she went the Avril Lavigne route of, she went from, he was a skater girl to now she's, in her emo My Chemical Romance phase.
Right. Oh, there we go. There we go. While the ladies are kind of arguing back and forth about how they're going to fight, Tariq says, I can't wait for NXT tonight. It's here, Tariq. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us tonight. As always, we're pumped to go. You can wait now. Oh, no, you mean can't. You must mean can't. You don't have to. It's here.
Right.
Oh, we got more company.
Yeah, we have the Toxic Attraction with,
oh, you
who
know
I think is the star of the group, Gigi Dolan. But
yeah,
I do like that what it's done for Mandy Rose's career. What's that?
Group. Let's be real.
What's that?
You can't base that opinion on one body part, dude.
I'm not. There are multiple.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Ding.
Right.
The Solo Sikoa be on, or will he be at SummerSlam? I don't know. Will he be on tonight?
It's interesting. Where do you think that they call him up?
I think so.
Like right now with this changeover.
Well, what is he going to get out of continuing? Like, I mean, maybe more time. But if you put him under your wing and you minimize his exposure, man, he's solid. He looks solid. It adds, it spices up the whole, bloodline situation. We've seen, the same routine. Roman hides. Roman's not around. The Usos get beat up for a few weeks. This is another element to it, another layer, another.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's like we talked about with Paul being there, there when Roman can't be. Solo being there would be another kind of buffer for when Roman's not there. It gives Solo a bit more time to be on TV.
Oh, sorry, Nick. We're getting throwing down the challenge for the title.
Are we getting that tonight?
Gigi's good. Gigi's good.
Oh, yeah.
Man. I'll give her some. Yeah, she's more than just a pretty face, folks.
Oh, well, that's the thing is it's not just because of her appearance.
I know
she is super talented in the ring. I know, but unfortunately, like to me, she's the Roman Reigns out of that group. You get Mandy's the Seth Rollins of this kind of resparked her career. She's now can go on much further than this. And unfortunately, sadly enough, I can't even remember the third girl in the group's name because she's very much kind of, at least WWE wise, the Dean Ambrose, because they didn't know what the fuck to do with him.
That's valid. That's a valid comparable. Jane Gacy.
Joe Gacy? Jane Gacy?
Jane.
That's his sister?
No, listen.
Jane's Addiction?
And you know what? She might be great. She's just kind of behind two very strong, striking personalities.
Yeah, she's in the shadow of big characters.
All right, and she's not doing a bad job. We just
JC Jane. There we go. Thank you, Chris.
What was it?
JC Jane.
I was close.
Yeah, you were there. You were a lot closer than I was.
Happy Tuesday. Now that we hit the first commercial, we're going to blow through some of these, but happy Tuesday, Gary. Some love. Let's go, Zoe. So some Zoe fans out there. I'm happy about the Zoe situation. Tariq, how are you? I don't care about Zoe Starks. Why?
Yeah. What did she ever do to you?
She's not Bailey.
She's not Bailey or Rosa Mendez or Rosa Perez. Roxy, God damn it, that's the only way I'm gonna call her.
Right. That's still, I don't know. We'll get back to that. We're gonna catch up on some of these comments first.
Yeah, sorry.
Before we dive deep into other shit. Where are we? This goes way faster when I remember my spot. I don't care if it's Zoe Stark. We're gonna have to talk about that, Chris. That's a problem. What's up, Tribal Chief? How you doing? How are things going? I hope you're doing well. How was your birthday? It was fucking excellent. I mean, I had a good day, had some cake. You know, it's a birthday. It was a good time, and I got to talk.
Oh, you got to talk about the cake real quick.
I got the best tag team match I think I ever saw in my life.
Oh yeah.
So, man, how can you go wrong with that?
Yeah, think about it. You got the Vince, news breaking of Vince retiring. Then you got, UFC with Patty the Batty and all of that, followed by Death Before Dishonor. You got, your special ice cream cake, which I'm jealous of, fucker.
Right. No, it was a good day, man. It really was. But you can't go wrong with ice cream cake. So even if your birthday's in the winter, ice cream the cake is the way to go.
Yes. I second that argument that is sponsored by Wrasslin for Life Network, is that ice cream cake is the superior cake.
Right. Melinda, both of you, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Welcome back. Always appreciate the hugs.
Yes, virtual hug.
Hello, some love. Hey, Steve, buddy hugs. Oh, more hugs. We're huggers.
Yeah, not quite Tony Khan, but we're close.
All right, that's just family. Remember, folks, if you're new here, if you haven't been here before, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. We do this every single day with few exceptions. We're rolling through. We are live every day this week. So keep in mind, we are not stopping tomorrow. We got Fight for the Fallen, more action. Thursday, we got the Let's Rumble podcast. Doubleheader Friday, SmackDown, Rampage, Go Home Show, SummerSlam Saturday, Ric Flair's final match Sunday, and then we'll be right back doing Raw and NXT all over again. It's going to be a crazy week. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, do so. We are here all the damn time, and we're not going anywhere, folks. So.
Oh, yeah, and we're going to be here just even this weekend for SummerSlam and Ric Flair's last match. So tune in, folks, because it's going to be like we're plowing through the week like we normally do, but it's going to be a hell of an interesting weekend.
Another Saturday stream. I like it. Tear it up. We need EO gone, and I'm sad about it. I was such an EO fan. Get her back.
I don't think she's gone though, because she did the whole tweet about the rumors and everything. So I don't know what to make of her. To me, my heart goes out to EO. It's the same thing like with Kyrie of just I wish they could do more with her. They're both super talented. Like EO, the Empress of the Sky or whatever her moniker was, but she's super talented. She reinvented her whole character, and should have had a good solid run with the belt in NXT. And unfortunately, they've just kind of looked past her for whatever reason.
She destroyed everyone. She ran out of people to beat, so they put her in that tag team with Zoe, and that didn't go so well. And then they just kind of forgot about her. And I don't know how you didn't see some main roster talent there. She is dynamic. Man, keep her entrance. You don't have to change a thing. Her entrance is excellent. Her attitude is perfect. She can do pretty much the same thing as a heel or a babyface. Like, she's really got that dynamic and talented as fuck.
Well, and remember too, when we ended up getting with the Kabuki Warriors, we thought initially we were going to get the Sky Pirates of EO and Kyrie.
Yeah.
So we could have had a fantastic women's tag team. Not saying that the Kabuki Warriors weren't, but they obviously saw a lot of potential in both of them, and now they've kind of just wasted the talent.
Yeah. Sorry, our boy CJ caught me off guard. Yes, Grayson Waller, I see a lot in him. I think we both agree on that, Nick. Waller does have quite a bit of upside.
Yeah, I wasn't the biggest fan when he had that feud with AJ, but since then he's actually kind of sold me. And taking that massive bump with the elbow drop at a Stand and Deliver, just that was like, all right, even though you may suck, I'm behind you, pal.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, he went down hard, and I mean, I think it was one of those we talked about it the night of the stream where you know, a valuable lesson as far as sticking your you know, he kind of stuck his arm out to brace his fall. He had that moment of hesitation. It just hooked. And it didn't look pretty at all, but he's back. But he's confident. He's unique, right? Like, he's not as cookie cutter. He sounds like he's just making this shit up off top of his head. And,
oh, yeah. Well, he seems the most natural and the most developed, surprisingly.
And he can go. I mean, he didn't really disappoint in any of his close opportunities, right?
Yeah.
Or step up opportunities, not close. JC Jane, that's right.
Yeah.
See, that's unfortunate. What's up, King Jordan? 1KJ to the next. How are you, buddy? Acknowledge Roman Reigns.
Oh, I acknowledge my tribal chief.
You kind of got to.
Well, I feel like I am very much of the Heyman lineage, so I am more the special counsel to the tribal chief than the tribal chief himself.
Right. Well, yeah, we acknowledge Roman Reigns. Thumbs down. Steve G hating on Roman Reigns. What's going on, Steve?
Who's your daddy?
That was man.
Oh, that was a okay. I think that was Roman's established himself of now he can just go on the mic. He doesn't even exactly need a guy like Heyman.
But
and then also that was just the biggest burial of Austin. Sorry.
Are you shocked that they're dropping Vince jokes?
Yes and no. Because again, like you've talked about, you very much feel that, and you pretty much called it the last we saw of Vince is him pretty much, you know, whistling Dixie, skipping off the ring steps out of Raw.
Yeah.
So I don't put anything past this man at this point. Of the man tore 2 quads and sat there and was still fucking livid over the finish of a Royal Rumble. So this man will do whatever he feels is necessary. That's why I'm more worried with Vince in retirement, because he knows nothing outside of wrestling.
Yeah, that's the interesting thing. Like, what will he do? Will he sit there and just like fantasy book?
Like, got hoes in different areas.
Oh shit, man. Yeah, I mean, legit. What can you say about that? It's hard to argue.
I mean, especially if all the boys got released. Give me a Hangover movie of Bruce Pritchard, Johnny H, Kevin Dunn, and Vince McMahon.
Yeah,
give me that.
That's funny as shit. You almost beat me to it. That's brilliant. Let's film that fucking 24.
Put that as a network special,
right? ESPN, HBO. Where are you?
Come on. Speaking of HBO.
Yeah,
it's going to get worse before it gets better, because the HBO documentary, miniseries, what have you, that they're filming about Vince, they've already come out and said there's some damning things in this. So it's going to be a crazy one.
Vince will be on an island that nobody can find very soon.
Oh, yeah. Sipping Mai Tais.
He's going to live out his day. Right,
him and Eva Marie and Summer Rae.
Yeah, oh shit. No. We can't substantiate those claims. KJ Nick.
Yeah, those are the thoughts and opinions solely of Big Nick. Do not, you know, exemplify the thoughts or opinions of the Wrestling for Life Network.
Right. This is Aaron A-Town Jackson. What is up? How are you doing?
Who they? Right. Who they say gonna beat them Bengals? Who they?
Sorry, my bad.
No, you're good. I'm in commercial.
I got a big super kick, and now I'm going to commercial. Evening, gents. JP, good to see you. Welcome back to the show. Thank you for being here tonight. Being a big guy myself, I love cake, but I can't have ice cream cake anymore. I'm sorry to hear that. I really am. But yeah, who doesn't like cake?
Oh, absolutely. Cake solves everything.
I mean, if you got to settle. But I mean, if you can go the other way, try it. Give it a try. Yes, my boy Grayson Waller. I think we clicked that one, or that came twice. What's up, everybody? Vector, good to see you, buddy. Thank you for being here. Pac retained his All Atlantic title on Dark against LJ Cleary. I don't know who that is, but hey,
No, he's a wrestler out of Ireland. I actually was excited for that match. I heard a bunch of excitement about it today and everything. I guess yeah. Well, no, it's a spoiler, but granted, do we exactly see Pac, especially losing an AEW championship anytime soon to, no offense, but not someone that's got on that same stature at this moment?
No, sorry, but the only way I see it, the only way I see it happening is if eventually he runs into somebody that they're kind of keen on, and you get that 1, 2, 3 kind of thing where he gets shocked by some New Japan wrestler or something, and then there's this like the rematch to get his belt back. But
I think you build it up to a little bit to where he
but he's gonna go on a tear.
Yeah, he goes on a tear, and then just all of a sudden, he gets 1, 2, 3 Kid versus Razor Ramon,
right?
And just gets a surprise roll up, and then all of a sudden, holy shit, I just lost the belt to fucking Joe Smo.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, and then at some point he is going. You imagine he's going to head towards some type of championship contention, if nothing else.
Oh yeah.
Not that I mean, not meaning that this isn't a championship, but you know what I mean. One of the big guys. Where I mean, everyone.
Well, and even then, it's nice that especially because Pac's had visa issues and everything, that they still have him able to still defend the title, but he's kind of the representative. He's the flag bearer for AEW internationally.
Yeah, right. Am I the only one who hears Spanish on USA? What? I didn't catch it, but we're
that might be because of your shitty Spectrum, sir.
Don't pick on the man when he's down.
I'm sorry.
By the way, a fellow podcaster out there went on an absolute shit fit about Spectrum. So, CJ, you're not alone. Spectrum has struck others, other public figures bigger than us have been affected by this shitty company that we don't have to put up with in Canada. We got our own shitty companies to deal with.
Yeah, you guys had half the fucking country go out. We CJ's got just his city.
That's not true. We like you both. I always Io Shirai Asuka as I always saw Io and Asuka being a tag team.
As a heel tag team, I still think Kyrie and Io work better. I think Asuka works really well as a single star. Like, say, if you did almost, I hate to use it as an example, but just now it's become the staple for any sort of trios faction, but the bloodline of to where you have Asuka and then you have the Sky Pirates of Io and Kyrie.
Right. I think I agree with you on the point of Asuka being probably more comfortable and more valuable as a solo.
Yeah.
Where are we going? Wes Lee is sexy. Right on, KJ.
Yeah.
There you go. Wes Lee looking good. Nobody likes AEW. That was random.
That's unnecessary, sir.
And that's not true. You love it.
Yeah, you're going to be here Wednesday night.
Right? Well, maybe.
Hopefully. Fingers crossed.
High side of the ropes. Good to see you. Thank you for being here tonight. We're totally battling it out in the fantasy faction world with high side of the ropes. I believe they won a championship. We've won a championship. Right now, we're in the middle of the pack. We need some work.
Yeah, there's goddamn Austin Theory burials. Fucked us.
Right? The guy's losing like 2 and 3 times a fucking week.
Oh, well, Christ. I don't know how many times you want to count it on Monday Night Raw. He was the whole first hour just getting his ass whooped.
WWE is the only fucking company in the world where you watch a guy win a major thing in their company. So you're like, fuck, we'll double down on this guy. We'll take him in the fantasy faction.
Yeah, he's getting some points here.
Sure enough, the guy goes on an absolute cold streak with the fucking Money in the Bank title, or the Money in the Bank briefcase in hand. Had the U.S. title, doesn't have it anymore. We're like, what the damn it, son of a bitch.
Yeah,
that's all right.
We picked the wrong guy at the wrong Vince retirement.
Right. Shit. Welcome all to Wrasslin for Life Network. It's NXT night. For those who don't know, that's Mr. CJ Brand, the man, the myth, the legend, one of the pillars here at the Wrasslin for Life Network. He wants to be on this stream right now. He misses everyone out there, but he will be back.
Wes Lee getting just jumped by a man in the crowd.
Okay. CJ cut the shit.
Got that shit.
Wow. Good pace, though. Good pace to the match. I'll give him credit for that. Not a bad match. Nothing to really.
Sorry. Right behind Waller, there was just a sign held up that just says main event Waller, and it's the main event logo. Yeah, I want to know who this random ass man was that just punched Wes Lee in the back of the head. Oh, and he hits a stupid ass finisher. If I gotta run outside.
No, this is dumb as shit. The guy's wearing boxing gloves.
Yeah.
Wait, is that Trick? Wait, dude just stands up with boxing gloves on and clubs him.
Just went, get there, and just I'm done.
The security should at least run over and be like, oh.
Right, nobody broke up shit. Nobody.
Right? Like, security doesn't run over to a fan punching one of your athletes?
Right, so folks, I would not recommend this, but
don't
apparently...
No. Do not finish that fucking sentence. There's no way, shape, or form. We do not condone stupidity.
I do not condone the actions of this random guy in the crowd who's got the same gloves as fucking Ryu.
Hey, listen, if you want to go viral every video I've ever seen, the wrestlers win. So think twice.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
I don't hear it, CJ.
Oh, it is Trick. Yeah, now you see him in the ring.
Oh, yeah, it is Trick.
Trick,
all right.
ready.
Got the shit. All right, stretch that one out. I should make a creep vignette for my return Wednesday. Depends.
No, I have diarrhea here or whatever the fucking Grayson Waller or
wait, what?
Schism.
Oh, I have diarrhea. Pause.
Well, I thought that they look like they just all look like they've been heavily sedated and just like I said, we have male
Schism.
Well, we have Kane's little brother. It's sad what they've done with the Grizzled Young Veterans. One of the best tag teams that they had in NXT UK.
Dude, when I saw it live, I didn't believe it. No. Then I saw a picture. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, it's just what happens when you order the Wyatt family from Wish.com?
They look like is it Blade 2? Like the vampires in Blade 2 that are all.
I know exactly where you're thinking with this.
You're right.
I know exactly where you're thinking.
Right.
A little bit. Which, fun fact, Triple H was in one of the Blade movies. The new CEO of creative and talent relations also fought a fucking vampire.
Some love from the fans. I picked Wes Lee. That was a bad pick, Victor. It didn't go so well. How could you predict that some stranger was going to punch him in the back of the head?
Right. How could you have known that Kevin Ryu would have shown up?
Well, I mean, yeah, and he lost. But that finisher, Triple H, I can't believe Shawn Michaels is involved backstage and not once has looked at this kid and said,
well, how much was it more?
I don't care. You should at least say, Waller, come here. You know that stupid shit you do outside the ring where you fucking leave your opponent and roll at him? Don't fucking do it. Do something else.
Oh, I feel like Hunter will probably pull him aside and be like, yeah, that shit you do, not cool.
Someone's got to stop that. No, it's fucking brutal.
You know, it just
and he rolls. It's dumb. Even if you were stunned and he left and you're disoriented and he comes rolling, you know enough to like move. Stick your foot out. Yes. What is it? Like you said, it's like fucking Mortal Kombat. Finish him.
Right.
Fuck. Apollo!
Yeah. Luke Cage.
He's
the Equalizer. That's what he's. Vince and Bruce finally watched the Equalizer with Denzel, and now they're like, shit, I know a guy who could do that.
It's not far off. I mean, it's kind of, we'll see where they take it. but it's better.
I do like him in NXT. At least it's an opportunity, and you could see him as NXT champ.
But he came out with some jam, Nick. That's what I liked.
Oh yeah, well, and I even like the matchup that we're going to be getting here once we're out of commercial is him versus Xyon Quinn. I do think that they see a lot of potential in Xyon. Granted, he's still green in the goose shit, but
yeah. Oh, I mean, Xyon's got a lot going for him. Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, the man. If you're going just off looks alone, the man's got all of that. So all you got to do is actually get him to actually have a halfway decent character, and you can just mini Roman Reigns him.
He's got all of that.
Yeah, 2 snaps.
2 snaps. Damn. Raw was 1.9 rating. Now, is that 1.9 out of 10, or is that like 1.9 as far as their television rating goes?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Is that Nielsen rating, or is that?
Yeah. But it definitely felt like a 1.9. I gave it slightly higher.
Yeah.
It's getting worse by the minute. I will not acknowledge Roman until he beats Hogan's record for the title reign.
Good.
Really?
You're going to go in the finger poke of doom and all of that? You want to open that Pandora's box? I don't think you do.
Finger poke of doom.
Just
Nick, throw a bum ass Corbin in that movie.
Oh no, he would be, the Dr. Leslie Chow in that. If we're doing a hangover with Bruce and the boys, he would just pop up and be like that one little reference, oh, you had that day, but did you die?
Oh my. Greg, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us tonight. We are on a commercial right now. If you don't know, that big sign tells you who we are. And if you didn't know, I'm KJ. That's Nick. We're having a lot of fun on the stream. We always do, folks. And you're here, so you should know that by now. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Tell all your friends.
Yeah,
we are
be a
just
friend,
getting
tell a friend,
started.
goddammit.
We are just getting started. We are just getting rolling, and we're having a ton of fun with this. We will be back tomorrow for Dynamite, another gimmicky Dynamite, but for a good cause, a fight for the fallen, and it marks our 20-week anniversary as a channel. So big high five. We made it just shy of 500 people, 500 subs in 20 weeks.
Oh,
so if we can get to 500 by tomorrow, that would be
just getting started. We still got an hour and a half. What the hell are you talking about?
That's it. We can get there. If we could get there in the next little bit here, it would really set off that little 20-week anniversary. So, and plus, we're getting Fight for the Fallen. The card looks crazy. Roosh and Moxley, buddy.
Oh yeah, I'm still not halfway ruling out that Roosh may end up leaving with the AEW title.
That is a fucking bold statement, sir.
Well, I'm also, I think, one of the few that remember that it was Roosh instead of Rush. So I think I have a little bit more. Oh,
you fancy, huh?
Yeah, you fancy, huh? You fancy. Nah, so I would go there. And honestly, I think it's more of just I don't need to see Moxley with the belt again. I feel like Moxley having the belt and Cesaro having the belt in BCC, it almost overshadows Cesaro, if I'm going to be fully honest.
No, I mean, Cesaro can't really get outshone by Yuta yet, can he?
I'm not saying Yuta, I'm saying by Mox.
A little bit, but I mean, that's the problem when you have a lot of belts, but I don't know if it outshines him, especially if Cesaro's going to have kind of his own ROH thing on the side. And he's a completely different wrestler. So at least what you know when you get Cesaro, what you're going to get. When you get Moxley, you know what you're going to get.
Right. I think it's more like I said, I just don't get how Mox jumped that high up into the rankings and everything. A little bit. I think that there's just better options. There was better options available.
Yeah, I thought so. And I do wonder if Brian didn't get injured, would he have been high in that conversation? He had to.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of which, we are going to get him tomorrow night, kicking Daniel Garcia's fucking head in, quote unquote.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Kind of felt it was funny because it was kind of that feeling of like when you're a kid and you hear an adult swear and you're like, oh my God. The way he just sat down and like Tony's like, tell him. And he's like,
the vegan just swore. The vegan just won.
But he was just like so calmly like, oh, I'm going to be back on Wednesday and I'm going to kick his fucking head in. And you're like,
yeah,
whoa.
but that's what has made this new Danielson in AEW work. Like when he was that very much kind of a heel, that he was the best he's done since that whole where he had the hemp championship and all that before Kofi Mania. That was the best Bryan Danielson that we've seen. And I saw the comment there. Who that say gonna beat them Saints?
There we go.
Yeah, see?
Just for those who are following along at home, we got Xyon in the ring with Apollo. And again, another match, quick pace, quick start.
Yeah, who do you guys have for this?
Yeah, let us know.
Who do you got for this?
This is a fucking tough one, bro. I think we need Apollo to get a W.
Yeah, I'm taking Luke Apollo Cruz.
Sorry for the spoiler. Listen, man, never apologize for spoiling Dark or Darker or Elevation or Level Up or Main Event.
Exactly.
Yeah, let us know how
at this point, this is almost a no sorry zone.
Yeah.
Just let it fly.
Keep your Rampage shit to yourself because we all know the answer's out there somewhere. But other than that, Victor, never be sorry. Welcome. Look, see, just such a loving guy. How could you be apologetic? Second ever fantasy faction champion. Second ever fantasy faction champion. High side. It's gonna be a battle right down to the wire, man.
That's fine because we're about to have as many reigns as R-Truth with the 24/7 title.
Yeah, we're hopeful that we're going to add another faction at some point and we can kind of get like a King of the Ring style thing going, which I think is going to be fun. It's going to be flat out a lot of
I'm surprised honestly that how you have like fantasy football and fantasy, this, that, and the other, that you don't have like say even a season long or a month long like fantasy wrestling thing.
Yeah, I mean wrestling, why not, right? And I mean if you want to break it up into half season, I mean, it has its season premieres nowadays, like every other show. So, you could follow it and split it up into quarters, halves. I think it'd be cool. But don't put that shit publicly. We got to get that shit on paper and do it right.
Just keep our ideas to ourselves.
Right? We got to keep some of the ideas to ourselves.
Yeah. And this is a back and forth match right now. Right now, honestly, I have Xyon Quinn in control, just throwing around Apollo Crews into the turnbuckles.
Yeah, and if you didn't know, we are getting Gigi and just blanked. Gigi and
Jade.
No, Starks tonight, 1-on-1.
Oh, I thought we were getting tag. My bad.
No, 1-up. Who attacked Wes? Was it a fan? Yes, Jason. It was Trick.
It was Trick Daddy.
Trick Daddy. I don't know.
No.
It's my jam. That was Trick. Yep, we called it. So I still think that Orange Cassidy and Juice Robinson should tag up and be Orange Juice. I'm totally in. I mean, I know how much you love Orange Cassidy.
All right, I'm fine with that. If you want to put that on some dark or on a pre-show or just keep that the fuck away from my main roster. Like,
fuck you.
I don't want to see it on a main card nowhere.
But what if
that screams Buff Bagwell and like just way too much.
Yeah, it's like the no, I mean, dude, why not, right? I mean, it kind of minimizes Orange Cassidy a little. He can still like do the hot tags and do some of his pocket tricks. Juice is good, but
we're just looking for the memes at this point.
Yeah, no, we just want to call him Orange Juice, man. Right. We want Orange Juice, right? Joe Gacy about to ruin some more wrestlers. Yeah, I don't know what's happening with Gacy now. So is he still chasing Braun technically?
I don't know.
Yeah.
He's a little bit of that Braille, just kind of says a lot of nothing.
Yeah, it's a lot of emptiness, and he's smiling, so it throws me off because I don't.
Well, that's why I'm saying they all. It's weird because they all look like they're heavily sedated.
Yeah. Fatality. Cool. Flawless victory.
Flawless victory.
I like it. I can't stand Cora Jade. All right. You don't like her. How do you feel about her skateboard?
Right. Who had the bigger heel turn, her or her skateboard?
Oh, shit. 3
count.
You got a 3 count. I'm behind you. Shit.
Sorry. But is Quinn that Apollo's new finisher? Is just kind of like a spine buster? That's what it seemed to be to me.
Xyon, the move that Xyon hit before that happened was shit, man. It was more devastating than the finisher itself.
Yeah, it's
the Death Valley driver twist, almost like Velveteen's used to do.
Oh yeah, if you're talking about that, no, I was just watching the highlight from Apollo, and he just hit a code breaker, and then it's like a one-arm spine buster.
He's doing the Farouk. I was
a little bit,
right?
The damn.
He would just do that, but you know what's funny, man? Back when the what was it? I'm trying to think what year it would be. But man, if I made a character, that Dominator finisher was I was down for the Dominator.
Yeah, the move that no one ever wanted to take ever. That's why I think it's been hit all of 2 times.
Oh my god, just pancake guys.
Well, that's just terrifying. Of just you literally, I'm gonna just let you whip me over your shoulder, face first. Like, okay,
Nick. Paul's here.
Hi, Papa Paul.
Hi, Papa Paul. There's been a lot of poppy talk and daddy talk over the last couple of days, and we'll dive into that a little bit as we go here. But Paul, thank you for joining us. I hope you're.
All we're missing is Tiffany Stratton on TV,
right? I almost thought that was her. Paul, thank you for being here. I hope your new position's going well. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I hope we're getting some changes, big guy.
Yeah, just let me know when the check's in the mail.
Right. When is Roxanne coming so we can get the other half of the tag belts? Oh, no, we got the little schoolgirl.
Shirai. But who's Roxanne going to team with? Are we going to get her with like Jim Duggan because he's going to pull it out of the trash pajamas. Or something?
Put her back with pajamas. Then they look like Dora the Explorer. It's adorable.
Oh, fuck off.
Right? Oh, anyway.
I think that's their way of just saying the women's tag belts just never existed. Just pretend they were never here.
Right. I don't know what the fuck. Just release them. How are they still there?
Well, we were still supposed to get a tournament on the main roster. That's still yet to fucking happen.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. I think they're going to wait and see. They're in a wait and see mode.
Yeah, they're hoping Sasha and Naomi came back now that Vince's old ass got kicked to the curb.
I think even before Vince went, they were hopeful of that. That's why they didn't rush to a knee jerk. Like, here, someone else have the
That's
belt.
why they never officially released them. They were only, quote unquote, released internally, this, that, and the other.
Released internally? What the fuck does that mean? Bullshit.
It's Meltzer talk.
Am I in or out? No, you're out, but only internally. What?
Right. We haven't booked you for anything. Well, no shit, because they're sitting at home. Why the fuck would you book someone?
That means we all know that you're fucking fired. We just haven't told you yet.
Right.
I hope they bring back the black and gold. I think you and I have talked about this before.
Yeah,
we might not be stuck with the splatter, but the black and gold might not be back.
I think we're going to start seeing more shifts towards that. I don't think we'll get back to that full out black and gold, because to me, that was WWE's version of Ring of Honor. That was their version of a super indie. They had, every big name indie talent that you could think of. And now most of them, honestly, are in AW, are in Impact, are in Ring of Honor. So I think they're going to take what they had and just actually try and get them to be serious. We may not see pajamas for quite a while.
All right, folks. I'm back on a commercial. The night's going well so far. Quick pace. We're 45 minutes in or so, just under. Let us know what you're thinking, folks. What are you looking forward to? Gigi is getting back in the ring, so that's going to be exciting. Triple H is here, one of my favorite of all times. That's exciting. Bonkers is here. That's exciting. Big shout out to everyone who showed up. If you haven't liked or subscribed yet, do so. Click that little bell. We pop up with bonus news coverage. We pop up with random shows. We cover all the shows. This weekend, we're coming back for SummerSlam, but we're also doing Starrcade. We're going to do the Ric Flair final match, the whole show. It's going to be good times. And then we're going to do things like, we'll be back for NWA, GCW. We cover it all. New Japan, Indies. And Nick, we have a lot of fun doing it, man.
Oh, absolutely. Well, and we have our own podcast. We sat there and, we were the first out there doing the half-year awards and everything like that.
You dropped it.
Yeah.
Yep, it's true.
So if we come up with our own
out there
content,
doing half-year awards.
Sorry, go ahead.
If you see anyone out there doing a half-year awards,
oh, yes.
You know where you got it first.
Imitating, often imitated, never duplicated, sometimes replicated, maybe store-bought painted action figure, the Golden KJ.
Man, it really does look like me, though. It's funny as fuck. That's amazing. And I swear to you guys, it's not an ego thing for me. I had no idea he was going to do it.
Yeah, I'm just lunatic. I'm the lunatic fringe.
Santos got taken out by Tony, but Santos will be back for his vindication at some point, I imagine.
Yeah, on SmackDown.
Sonic,
I think that we could start seeing them get called up because I guess your girl there, Elektra Lopez, was backstage at Raw. Granted, I don't think she worked any dark matches or anything, but if they're starting to have NXT talent backstage at these main shows, might be working them in.
Well, that'd be nice. And then we talked about this with Elektra Lopez and some of the other, even Mandy. It's time. You got to make it all make sense. And again, for me, Cora Jade fighting Mandy Rose doesn't make sense. It doesn't visually look like, oh, this makes sense. Elektra Lopez looks 30 years older than Cora Jade. And not because she looks super old. She's a well put together lady.
She's thicker than a Snickers. Just say it.
Right? No, yes, she is. But Cora looks 12. So it's got to balance, right? It's the same thing with Dominic Mysterio fighting Lashley. You got to figure out where people fit.
Well, but with that being said, I think Mandy going to NXT was one of the best things for her.
Oh, absolutely. I don't take that away at all. No.
Yeah, because she was, struggling to keep her head afloat on the main roster.
But when she's fighting like Gonzalez or Kai, you're like, okay, EO.
Yes, right. But now because she had that time, I feel like if you would have taken, Vaseline on the camera, Corey Graves, potentially, reaching a full and upright position, that kind of Mandy Rose that you wouldn't have those good matches.
Right.
Hey.
No, I give her credit, and she became, and that's where we debated a little bit back and forth with Mandy on this, because her and Toxic Attraction are the poster girls. They're the first thing, they're splattered all over. They're splattered all over the commercials. They are, it's the splatter brand for a reason. I didn't make it up. Look, behind your head.
Yeah, you say that when I'm looking at Gigi Joel.
But we're going to get Solo Sikoa, Von Wagner, Falls Count Anywhere match. Not tonight, but coming soon. But that's good.
Oh, yeah. And Solo's going to win that. He freaking better.
Well, Solo has been close to some big victories, but he really hasn't gone over the hump. So he needs a really good W.
Oh, absolutely. Well, and I think that could be one of those of that. That's the type of thing that you honestly might send him up onto the main roster after, because he's kind of one of those characters because of his lineage that he doesn't need a title strapped to him in developmental. He can kind of just be up there and just kind of learn and naturally progress through the mid card at the main roster level.
Completely distracted by the start of the match, but main roster level, I got you, bro. I got you. But the match went
main roster level, Gigi should be on the main roster.
Yeah.
Wagon.
Yes. The match has started between Zoe Starks and Gigi.
Right now, I have Gigi in control.
Gigi in control. That didn't go so well. A lot of sites are reporting Punk to be out longer than expected. I don't know. Anytime those
but what was the timeline to be expected? Like, we didn't even know when he got hurt. So that's the injury that's shrouded in mystery. That's why I think I might have been Victor or somebody that mentioned earlier about we're going to get Moxley versus Punk for the unification of the championships.
I think I brought that up too.
Well, whoever it was, but we don't know when Punk's going to be back. We don't know what condition of Punk we're going to get. Punk's not exactly a spring chicken anymore. So this might just kind of become the AEW World Champion.
It really could, but I mean, I always get leery when someone's been out a while and all of a sudden you start reading reports. Oh, he's not ready yet. That kind of feels like he's almost ready. He's coming.
Yeah, because I mean, we had that with Kenny to where he's like, "Oh, if I take one more injury like this, I'm fucking done." And then now the next report is Kenny Omega soon to debut.
Well, I think people took that comment out of context. So I heard other podcasters break it down, Nick, where they were like, and they took the approach of Kenny was saying, and the way it was reported in a lot of press, if I get hurt again, I won't be able to continue. And that's not what the guy said. That wasn't his sentiment as it was kind of led to in some of the clickbait.
Yeah, I think when we talked about it, it was more one of those of just he was in frustration of just shit. I don't want to go through this again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he literally said, like, listen, if I take another big injury, I'm not going through this bullshit again. I'm not going through the mental stress and anguish of trying to recover to get back in there. So if it happens again and I got to go through some of the big process, I won't return.
Yeah, well, and especially when he was recovering through a bunch of injuries. That wasn't just one or two, even as small injuries. And Zoe gets the win. 1, 2, 3.
Gigi got jobbed quick. So the punches...
you have to do that when you're building up Zoe's start because
absolutely 100%.
Zoe's going to take the title off Mandy.
No, they're pushing Zoe, and it does complete sense. I completely agree with you on that one, Nick. No way, Nick. It's going to be there. Oh, there you go, Victor.
I am Mystic Mac. I predict these things. And we've got Cora Jade with a kendo stick. I can't tell which one's thinner. No offense.
Right.
And we've got Roxy back.
Oh. Curvin.
You know who Cora Jade looks like? She looks like the daughter from The Incredibles.
Right. I'll take it. Curvin, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us tonight. Be honest, unifying both championships was a big mistake from the beginning. I don't think so. I just think the delivery on what has happened since has been a problem. But I was a proponent of less belts.
Yeah, that wasn't a bad idea. It's the mistreatment of the mid-card belts that's been a problem.
The kendo stick held up better than the skateboard, just for the record, if anyone was watching at home.
It was bigger and longer and
funny of the night. Cora Jade have a wheel turn. Like it. Apollo did win. No, Apollo didn't win. Did Apollo win?
Yes, he won.
I thought he lost.
No. Remember the little...
Oh, yeah, he hit the stupid slam thing. Okay,
slam, power slam.
Yeah.
Spine buster.
So Roxy's back with Starks. All right. If you have the power to change one WrestleMania match ending, what's it gonna be to any match? That's hard as shit, man. On the spot. It's a good question. I like it.
I can give you one on the spot. You want me to go?
No, I don't have one.
Taker should have beaten Brock, and he should have retired with the streak.
I need not say anything else.
If there was one person who didn't need the rub off of the streak, I understand that, it could be the potential that man just decided he wanted to take it and that be that. But if there's one human being that didn't need that rub to be considered threatening, it was Brock Lesnar.
It didn't equate to anything. He was still Brock fucking Lesnar.
Well, that's a little bit of the boo-boo the fool on them for their terrible booking afterwards. But that man should have. I understand what happened in that match to where Taker did not know where he was after all of about 30 seconds, but that the streak should have been Undertaker's legacy.
Yeah, I mean, I really think, and then we can debate this all we want. Listen, if Taker was going to lose at Mania, it should have been like his last Mania, right? Like, make it a good, like, legitimate passing of the short. Yeah, we could talk about this all night long, but yeah, I mean, to me, and I mean, worse to me was the second time. Like, what?
Yeah.
All right, you get
the. I think the second time with Roman was the retirement, was supposed to be the retirement, and then just wasn't.
Triple H is here. He is. A lot of celebrities tune into our channel, folks.
We've had Vince. We've had Tony Khan.
We are the fastest growing YouTube channel.
Exactly.
Ever. Prove us wrong. GG Dolan. Yes. It didn't happen. But I know what you're saying. Triple H in the chat. People are pumped. Yeah. Starks for a sneaky win. Not straight up win. She jobbed her out. We're going to hear NXT Women's Tag Team Championship situation. I don't think so.
I think that's just donezo.
I think that it happened, and we're moving on.
Right. They did the Medusa. They threw it in the trash, and then just said, thank you, next.
Yeah, just don't talk about it. Don't worry.
Right.
Don't worry.
Just pretend we were never here.
Right. So, yeah, I don't see it circling back, Chris. I really don't. I'm looking forward to the Usos losing the tag titles because I'm tired of people saying that he's the best in the world when they only exist in the WWE. I said the ropes. Good point. I think they've been handcuffed by booking, Nick.
I'm just trying to read tag titles because I'm tired of people saying he's the best in the world when they only exist. Still though. That's, well, to me, it's one of those of you can say someone's great, but when you're also doing it at the highest, on the biggest stage, what is still undeniably, if you want to go through ratings, what have you, I understand that perception-wise, AEW at times may put out a better product, but at the end of the day, WWE is the biggest stage. When you have a tag team putting out performances back to back to back to back like that on the biggest stage, you can't deny them. Oh, you're gonna leave me when I'm getting Wendy Chu and Tiffany Stratton?
Well, like, man, I got to really work on my button pushing sometimes. But yeah, I was gonna step out because of what.
Yeah, now you're gonna.
The minute I saw it, I bailed. I rolled.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, you called me out on Monday for a whole perfect time to take a break. Now you want to dip out.
Dumpster fire is all yours. I will be.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, just roasting session incoming. Could you imagine Santos getting called up and going against Ray? Yeah, I could. I mean, they did that with Andrade versus Ray, and we've even said that Santos does kind of Andrade's gimmick a bit better. Oh, we got a little bit of the fist clench, the rising up from Wendy Chu. We're getting the spooky dreams, so maybe we actually get the Mei Ying comeback. We actually get her halfway taken seriously now that Papa Paul's back. Then guess not. Montreal was a work. Yeah. Nah, pal. If that was a work to you, then I got a bunch of lakefront property out in, Florida that I can sell to you. You and me both, Drake. I'm sure she's got plenty of fans. We are not alone in that. For me, WrestleMania 19, I have Booker T beat Triple H. Yeah, well, I feel like that one's a little bit of a given. I figured going more for the big take change versus just, that obviously should have happened. And JD McDonough is here. cutting a promo in the center of the crowd, the former Jordan Devlin. Who is the guy who takes the belt from Reigns? I've been on record multiple times saying that to me it is Braun Breaker. I feel like that's what they're going to do. I feel like NXT is kind of a platform to get Braun over. So with him already holding the title, all of that, by the time we get to WrestleMania, this, that, and the third, he will already have held the title for a substantial amount of time. So I think that we get him as the guy that beats Roman, and kind of he becomes the next big baby face to work his way up. Let's see, what else do we got here? I like the matchups tonight, but the matches themselves could have been better. This still feels like a Bruce Pritchard show. Yeah, but we've talked about that they still may not see a big shift until SummerSlam, or at the night after SummerSlam is going to be super telling of whether this is the McMahon Helmsley era, or if this is just kind of the unofficial, the Vince McMahon as the, Sith Overlord era. Because I've heard rumors and speculation, percolating that SummerSlam is going to be where Hunter can really kind of let loose, and that he does want to make a big splash on that night. Granted, not going way out of the way to do it, but so if we don't see a huge change or a huge shift on SummerSlam, I think we will get that at least on the Monday Night Raw afterwards. Oh, and Jade is just tearing through the whole ringside crew here, talking about how Wade Barrett's bare knuckle boxing days clearly did a number on him and not on his face. So I know what he's kind of hitting at there. Next week is the real start of Triple H era. I can't wait to see how he builds up to Clash at the Castle. Yeah, that's the thing. It's going to be interesting to see, because it's really going to be the beginning of the Vince McMahon, or the Paul Levesque era. And we saw what he could do in NXT. We saw, obviously, he turned black and gold. Hello from G.I. Joe, and I'm quiet as G.I. Joe, all movies. Sure, cool, Snake Eye. But yeah, we saw what Triple H could do in NXT, and what he turned the black and gold into, one of the most popular brands in all of professional wrestling, to the point where it was competing. That was the show chosen to compete with AEW. But then they very much dismantled it, and kind of, once he had that health scare, they dismantled it and took it apart from him. So it's, on one hand, it's interesting to see him coming back from that health scare and just kind of, I feel like, playing checkmate with everybody. But this man has an eye for professional wrestling in this day and age. I think he's the type of person, he's who we've been clamoring to be in charge of the company. And we've already heard talks about, Paul Heyman getting, more of a say in the company. Obviously he's got Steph as the co-CEO, and he's at least keeping Nick Khan at, arm's reach, so nothing's going too haywire. And right now we have Braun Breaker, because JD McDonough called him out. So it looks like we're still going to get this feud for a little bit. I don't know if you guys were a big fan of it the first time around, but I feel like I almost feel like at this point everybody pretty much knows is Braun Breaker is going to win. I don't know if they've quite given anybody enough time to really come across like a big enough threat. I think they tried to do it with Casey. They've tried to do it with McDonough. I mean, the closest headbutt, but the closest or the big enough, I guess, threat was Dolph Ziggler of all people, Zigglypuff, and that was more of just take it off him so we can win it back around Mania. Jordan Devlin did a Johnny Depp reference. I'm not surprised. I mean, the man's right now is smiling with, his mouth bleeding. And we've got Chase U, the most forgotten faction in all of WWE. So forgotten, you barely even remember they're on NXT. I honestly can't name one member right now of Chase U. NXT Heatwave, other ECW pay-per-view. Are they doing NXT Heatwave and just legitimately just ripping off the name from ECW? Because that was one of the bigger ECW pay-per-views I think it was Heatwave 98. Yeah, so I'm not surprised. I feel like that's kind of what NXT is there for. If they've done Vengeance Day, they've done Great American Bash. They just kind of pull out anything that's still sitting around that they have the trademark for and just said, oh, we can do something with this. What's the weather like right now where you live? I live here in British Columbia, Canada, and it's absolutely roasting. It's not too terrible right now where I'm at. I am in the Northeast, but so it's not too bad. We've been on a little bit of a heat wave, but just for the sake of so you guys can hear me, so I can do the show and everything. I right now just have this little old lovely, if I can get it on camera there, little old desk fan to try and cool me off. So if I do look at all sweaty or anything, that's just because it's summertime, folks. And just like WWE and professional wrestling right now, us as a channel are heating up. So it's getting a little hot under the collar here. Yeah. And Victor, you were saying that there was juice. I don't know if that was. Do you exactly want to call it when someone like is bleeding out of the mouth? I know we had that. I think it was Money in the Bank tour. Just everybody seemed like they were just. All right, fine. Yes, we are the Wrasslin for Life Network. We are here 7 days a week. We are right now here covering NXT 2.0. Just past an hour in. We are here every day. This week or this weekend, we're going to be covering SummerSlam and Ric Flair's last match. I know it's not a popular opinion, but I feel like it's going to be a situation to where the last woo that Ric Flair unfortunately hears is the wee woo from the ambulance taking him out of the ringside area. But absolutely be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe.
Absolutely, and I'm back. So I hope you missed me, folks. But like Nick said, we are here 7 days a week, NXT 2.0 rolling along. I see a lot of new names and faces. Big shout out to Botch Guy from my neck of the woods up here in Canada. It is a fucking scorcher across the country. It's pushed over 40 degrees Celsius. For the American fans, that's holy fuck, it's hot in Fahrenheit. And a lot of humidity. That's what's and we've got some forest fires kicking around in certain areas. It's been a fucking hot run here, folks. So I know a lot of people have been complaining about the weather and about the heat because it's been a cooker. So stay safe, stay hydrated, and stay in the shade.
Stay inside and watch us.
That's it. And if you go outside, bring us with you. I like Roxanne Perez.
We know, Chris. Thank you for the update.
He hates Cora, though. He hates Cora. I'm following along. I got a checklist over
right. Are we just establishing a yes and no list of who Chris likes and dislikes?
Right. Question: do Americans love Sonic, or is Sonic like
Sonic's a regional thing, or are you talking about Sonic the Hedgehog?
Fuck, I guess I could specify. That's funny.
Yeah, a little bit.
I forgot who I was talking to. Yeah, no, man. The Sonic restaurant, is that local to what?
That's regional. That's very much a regional thing. I do not have that out by me.
What's your like a Sonic equivalent?
Five Guys.
We have lots of Five Guys.
Yeah.
Pause.
You have Five Guys in and around your mouth.
It's always weird when you like,
exactly. Well, that's the
call
thing.
up someone and you're like, hey, what are you doing? I just had Five Guys.
I don't think we have exactly a regional exclusive fast food place. Most of ours are more just like certain companies own a chain of sit down restaurants that go the entire main highway that runs the state.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. Shit, eh? You gotta love corporate America. What do you guys think of NXT this far tonight? Nick, I'll let you start on this one.
Average.
Not bad. Some good stuff. Not so much. It kind of all over the place. I mean, I know I talked about it while I was on my break, but Wendy Chu's getting this girl's been made over more than anyone I've ever seen in my life. I don't know if the lights out imply she's kind of going back to kind of more of a creepier gimmick, but the fact
she's gonna just manifest as Lily. Alexa Bliss's doll.
Oh shit! And then she can still wear the pajamas,
right?
So yeah, I mean, but she needs it. Like I've absolutely been mean to this woman, and I've said it before. I'm sure she's nice. I've seen she gives it her all, whatever she's told to do. Now, where you said NXT will be the first place we start noticing changes in creative, changes in his face is killing me right now.
That's because speaking of changing fucking creative, we need to change Xyon real fucking fast.
Oh, we're back to this?
Like it's fucking Marvel, fucking Spider-Man. On the last episode of
Xyon. I told you,
just for folks who don't know, he is literally just a copy and paste version of Razor Wing.
Shit.
The wrestler that was in PWG, Chikara. Yeah, he's literally you can do a side by side and it's literally copy paste.
Last week on Xyon.
You're just getting it. It's just goddamn.
I arrived like a blur. That sounds terrible. She told me I arrived like a blur. What does that mean?
I was so fast they had to slow down my entrance.
Oh, son of a bitch. Pause. A successful debut.
We are getting Roxy's still carrying around the other tag.
She's got the other title. Interesting. So who's going garbage picking?
Pulling it out of the trash bin, and and Medusa, Orlando Blaze is the one to pull the NXT Women's Tag Belt out of. Oh, sorry, Roxy did it, but she was there to at least ring the bell.
Redemption.
It comes full circle. That shit.
No, that's long-term storytelling, folks. That's 30 years in the making.
Right, but now she's holding both of them. So are we done here? We're not going to get a new time to crown new tag champs.
Are they going to have a conversation with the cleaning staff that didn't change the garbages in a week?
Right. Sanitizing. Fuck.
And nobody threw any other shit on top of that belt. Lucky bastards.
Where's the Lysol wipes? Where's the hand sanitizer?
Clean as a whistle, too.
Right. Fucking sparkling.
Shit.
Oh, we're getting, I guess, like
the NXT title was
fatal four-way next week to crown new tag champs. Because if you throw it in the trash, you lose the belts.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I was distracted a little bit by Medusa because it's kind of cool. I'm marking out a little. I got a bit of a vintage.
No, you say that. Well, I've got
I know what
Giovanni Vinci coming out here.
I didn't even try and refresh the shit tonight. I didn't care.
Nah, we're fine. I'm rolling.
Rolling. Why?
Speaking of rolling, you good if I pause for the cause, sir? I hate to leave you with Giovanni Vinci, my fellow countryman.
Well, they're gonna do a tournament. Is that what I caught there, guys?
Yeah, or I don't know if it's a tournament or a fatal four-way. Are they going to just do the tournament that they were supposed to do on main roster for this one?
Yeah.
I think had to find a new partner. That's all it is. Just because one partner throws the belts out doesn't mean you lose the title.
It's a weird situation, right? That's why usually they break up while they lose the title. Like, Cora fucks her over and Gigi and Jane win the fucking belts back.
This wouldn't happen if you gave a shit about the belts.
Well, this wouldn't happen if, we're seeing change. We're seeing change, and I like it. And the fact that they got Medusa to come back just to pull the kind of that's pretty cool. I'll give them credit. That high marks for that.
That popped me off.
When I give my rating at the end of the night, it's going to get a little bit of a bonus rub. And pray for winner. Listen, I've had several years of Canadian winners. I'm really getting to the age where I could pick a tropical place and just fucking land and never look back. Listen, I want it to cool down, but I'm not ready for snow, guys.
I need a climate like Seattle, Washington or something to where it never gets super hot and it never gets super cold either.
Right. I mean, when I was a kid, I loved winter. And I mean, I grew up playing hockey, obviously Canadian, I had to. But I mean, shit, man. But as you get older, you're just fuck this shit. It's just more work, more effort. It takes you longer to get places. You're like,
right.
No, I'm good. I'm good with some nice tropical weather. And a nice place nearby that has some AC for the really rough days. I don't like Sonic either.
AC though. Adam Chase there is wrestling with a
wow, that was a transition and a half, sir.
Yeah.
See, that's why you tune into this channel, folks, for shit like that. And I bet people out there didn't even catch what you just did. That was genius.
Exactly.
Like overhyping.
What happened when you goat? You do goat shit.
AC runs funny. I'm just straight up. He has this weird bow-legged run. He looks really
well. Like I said, it's a little weird. It's the whole like I said. I think it was when you were taking a pause for the cause there. That I can't name you honestly one member of Chase U outside him. Really, like they're the most forgotten about faction.
All I can tell you is blonde surfer dude. And
not the other half of Varsity Blondes,
right? Then there's like a cute little one, I think, and then
not Julia Hart.
The not Julia Hart, and then there's like a handful of like riffraff that just show up like every episode, every episode. That's what it feels like. Every episode of NXT 90210.
Yeah, well, no, it reminds me of like Archie in the game.
Archie,
where's Jughead?
Dude, you couldn't talk me into wrestling in a fucking knitted sweater.
No, that man's got to be roasting right now. We are at the tail end of July into August. This man is in Florida just wrestling with, who should be a maximum male model, Giovanni Vinci.
Should still be an Imperium. Dear Hunter.
Yeah, if we're being honest, but that ship has sailed, sir.
We need a graphic for this, but we're going to start doing this consistently for a little while. But it's the first time tonight of Dear Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Let's figure out why Imperium's not together and talk about it.
We could do that as a whole show. I'll do that as
Dear Triple H.
Dear Papa Paul.
Dear Papa Paul, we need to figure out what happened to Imperium, and I don't think we need another model. I don't think.
We just come up with a different complaint that he needs to fix.
I like Bailey, Liv Morgan, and Roxanne Perez. I feel like this is like a fucking song.
This is my confession.
No, I got like a fucking Mary Poppins vibe. Like I like Bailey and Liv. And
I am the model of a model major general.
Right. So that's what I kind of feel like is like,
a little bit, a little sing-songy,
right? And Roxanne Perez, I hate Cora, Jade, Mandy, Rose, Gigi, Dolan. No, you didn't write it.
You can just say Toxic Attraction,
right? Make me say all the names,
right?
And Zoe, okay.
Why?
All right, it's on the record.
Explain yourself, though. You can't just list off shit.
Everyone that tuned in here tonight to know what Chris was up to, there it is. He put it on Front Street.
Yeah.
Questions answered.
Explain your work, sir.
Right. So explain your work. Da Vinci with the Hinro. I can't even read that properly.
Yeah.
Giovanni has cool gear.
Yeah, because it looks like fucking Gucci.
Oh shit. Right?
Yeah, that's the whole point. Like, he's literally supposed to be basically House of Gucci, that movie with Lady Gaga. Vince finally got fucking Redbox and Netflix. That's what's happened.
Right. What else do we got going on here today? I live in Florida and I miss the snow so badly. See, that's a good move though. Like I know, like, I mean, especially in our part of the world, we have a lot of snowbirds, right? So they're here, for their summers. And the minute that, the thermostat drops, they head over to Florida and hang out with you guys. So
I'm gonna sum this up real quick and not to get any sort of detail, but just between, certain issues and also natural weather and certain wildlife that lives there, Florida is not the move, sir.
No. I joke all the time. I mean, I can't move to a place that has dinosaurs. I can't do it. They got dinosaur and like places that have fucked up bugs. Like, like you see these videos of like a fucking, a mop-sized spider on your wall just staring at you. What do you?
Yeah, that's why I will never. I'm sorry to any Australian or New Zealand fans, but your fucking insects can fuck right off.
Right? Call me a bitch. I don't give a shit.
I don't care.
Listen, I'll fight a spider. I'm just saying, if I could live in a place where I didn't have to fight spiders, I get mad about the biggest.
I can beat up a midget, but if I don't have to do it every fucking day, I'd prefer not to.
Right. I can't agree with that. Are you trying to make Giovanni Vinci the new Cesaro? I kind of like with a little more Gucci. Cesaro meets Gucci.
Well, I think if Cesaro stayed a heel, he had the tearaway pants and everything.
Right. What is the main event?
The 8-man tag. Are they going to do that Survivor Series type rules, or are they going to do that just straight up one pinfall wins it?
I think it's one fall to the finish.
And they're going to do that in a half hour?
Well, I mean, I prefer.
Good luck.
We'll see how it goes, but Nick will.
Yeah. And you'll see how I go.
What is happening? There we go. I'll figure it out eventually, folks. But we are back in a commercial, or at least I'm in a commercial on my stream. I hope everyone out there is having a wonderful week. Monday and Tuesday in the book. So congratulations on getting 2 out of the way, folks. Wednesday, tomorrow, Dynamite, Fight for the Fallen, John Moxley. Who's he fighting again? He's going to go against Roosh. Now, Nick thinks that there could be a crazy, crazy upset in this one. I don't know. I don't see it. Bryan Danielson returns to action. He says he's going to kick the head in of Daniel Garcia. And we got lots more. The card's stacked. Thunder Rosa is going to be in action defending her belt against a lady who apparently beat her previously. But, yeah, I mean, we got lots of action coming your way. And don't forget the podcast Thursday. And we go right into the weekend, doubleheader Friday, and then SummerSlam. Folks, if you want to tune in for a crazy stream, you tell everybody you know, be here for SummerSlam. Last Saturday was crazy. I mean, lots of love for those who made my birthday feel like a good time, and it really was. And thanks to ROH for not failing to deliver. But this weekend's going to be crazy too. We're coming back with SummerSlam, and then we're going to do Ric Flair's final match. And actually, we're going to do the whole pay-per-view. Lots of interesting matchups, lots of big names. Tune in. Don't miss a minute. Like, subscribe, join the family. As you can see in the chat, it's nothing but love and everybody's family here. So let's go, folks. I still got this match going. I can't believe it. Hasn't been awful, but still going. LOL, not Julia Hart. Well, at least he's wearing Jordans. That is true. He is rocking Jordans. I'll give him points on that one. Giovanni has cool gear, though. Yeah. Now I'm doubling up. Do you think Roxanne finds a new partner, and who do you think it's going to be? And by the way, hi, KJ, Nick, Anthony. How are you? How you doing? I do now think they're going to come up with another partner for Roxanne. Who do I think it would be? Fuck. Who do they got that really kind of fits that? That's kind of sitting solo. Maybe it's someone not there right now. Someone not overly visible. I don't think it's going to be like a Wendy Chu because she's tied up. Who else is there? Like, it's not going to be Elektra Lopez. It's not going to be who's left. It's not going to be Cora because we obviously know how that went. Anyone got a suggestion out there? That's a good question, Anthony. Who would it be? It's pretty slim pickings by my guess. So, Ivy Nail. I don't think I know what part of Florida you're from, but I don't forget about flying roaches. Whoa, shit. Those things fly? Canadian ones don't fly. I live in Palm Beach County, land of the lost ballots. Last summer we stayed. We started getting iguanas in our backyards. I live 2 blocks from the ocean. Yeah, see, you got dinosaurs. I mean, like when you gotta like check around your vehicle for like a 10-foot dinosaur and make sure it's not ready to eat your leg. That's a tough go, and those things can run. This is getting a "This is awesome" chant, folks. His finisher's called the final exam. Fuck. Fitting. I mean, fitting. Gary, don't remind me, please. Yeah, you guys got crazy shit. A bit of a soft knee lift there. Oh, shit. Giovanni catches him into a vertical brain buster. That should be, what a catch. That should have been the finish. Resident Evil, good to see you. Thank you for being here tonight. Indy's a good call. Big Nick, always got our back. I like it, Nick. Way to, Indy's a good call. Kind of a lost baby face. Into the bridge. Wendy Chu. I don't know. Maybe. But I'm curious to see what the new Wendy Chu is. Ivy Nile. Wow. This is a hell of a match. The crowd is going insane. This Sunday, SummerSlam. Saturday, SummerSlam. Roman versus Brock Lesnar, WWE Universal Championship. No, it's on Saturday, is it not? Saturday. See, we're still adjusting to these Saturday pay-per-views because Sunday we'll be covering Ric Flair. Ivy now has a partner for next week's for the NXT Women's Tag Title. Yeah, we were just spitballing, but good. Dale's always got the fact checking going, and yeah, that's where I mean. I was really struggling to find. I mean, Indy's a good choice. Indie Rock. Look, they come with a name. Rather have a big dinosaur than those little ones from Jurassic Park. They have a tag team. I like that. Indie Rock. Let's go. Giovanni with the hard-fought victory. Wow. Hook powerbomb. Kanosaurus. Maybe Austin Theory going to cash in Money in the Bank contract, WWE Universal Championship at SummerSlam. A lot of people speculated. I have a feeling it's not going to happen. I feel like he might run in and seem like he's going to do it. I don't know. They'll all depend. I mean, it is a last man standing match. So if there was ever a time to do it, would it not be then? I mean, to me, it seems highly possible, folks. But no, it's possible. But I still don't think it. I think something else might happen. Maybe he goes to do it and someone else knocks him out. Everybody's kicking the shit out of Theory. I don't know if he had a debt to pay, but he has been getting his lumps for about 3 weeks now. Has CU won the match yet? No. They did not win the match. Giovanni, whatever. Eichner won. Canosaurus, you mean Luchasaurus? Since he's heel turn, he came as Canosaurus. But remember, I think this might be a double swerve. But as it stands right now, he's back to being Luchasaurus, not Canosaurus. I know a lot of people raved about Canosaurus and liked the heel turn of Luchasaurus. At this point, it looks like he's gone back to Jungle Boy. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. But if that's what they're doing moving forward, it was really fucking stupid. Diamond Mine having a big powwow for probably their last time together as a cohesive unit. That's my prediction. This is the end of the Diamond Mine tonight. Anybody agree with me? Anybody think I'm crazy? That is my call this evening. No more Diamond Mine. What else we got here, folks? Let us know. Don't be quiet. Don't be shy. Here comes Indy. Speak of the devil. Maybe Theory will cash in on the belt, the SmackDown belt, and stay on Raw. Maybe Theory will cash in on SmackDown belt and stay on Raw. I feel like that's saying two things like differently. If he won the SmackDown belt, and just take the SmackDown, why not just win the Raw belt then? Does it matter? I guess the one he had longer. I see what I mean. If he wins one of the belts, it sucks. I really do. I think it sucks. Final ride for the Diamond Mine. Yeah, that's my call. I feel bad for Roddy. Roddy's in my book of, I feel so bad for you. There's a handful of wrestlers that kind of qualify for that. But poor Roddy. I mean, this guy literally watched his friends sign one by one by one. Like you ever get tricked into like being the first one to eat like a hot pepper or something stupid with your boys, and then no one else does it, and you're like, that's what happened to Roddy. He was the first one to sign that contract, and the rest of them were like, oh, sorry, bro, we gotta go. And Roddy gets left behind. They give him a leadership of a faction that they have a lot of good parts to it, but they never got the faction off the ground. Then they lost Bibbins. Yeah, I mean, to me, this feels like the demise. They've been selling the last few weeks of Roddy being a bit of a dick and them kind of separating from him. I feel like this match isn't going to go well for the Diamond Mine, and it's going to be the end. That's my thought. What do you guys think? Yes, Roman has Universal belt longer. Fair enough call on that. I think it's just bad. I think it's a bad look. If I just think hold on to it for a little bit. Not yet. Things are too in flux, and unless you're in a rush, maybe you decide like, all right, we're going to go a completely different direction than all the plans we've ever had. But I mean, if you have something penciled in like Rock and Roman at Mania for the belts, now you got to figure out how to get there, and that's the trick. It's not as easy as, well, we'll just take the belts off Roman, but you kind of had things planned. Do you abandon plans that big? Have you already told some of your advertisers, some of the people involved, the Rock's going to be there? We got the Rock. What you like? It's a tangly situation. So that's where I think, Stephanie, Nick Khan, Triple H, whoever else they get involved, they're going to have to be strategic. I mean, there is a lot of layers to how they're going to have to build this back up. It isn't going to be like this. I felt like people tuned in on Monday waiting for like monkeys and lasers and a whole new show with like lights and like, it's going to be different. It doesn't happen like that. And a lot of people that now have taken a breath and calmed down and kind of came to the conclusion that, well, it feels like Monday makes the most sense. SummerSlam, he will have an impact on it. I mean, I feel like a gimmick change for Wendy Chu and Stark's getting a push. There's already a feel that's a little different for NXT. We said they were going to feel it first. And we'll see what happens over Friday, Saturday, and into Monday next week. It's going to be a great ride. And where you get to be, guys, is right here with us because we do it for all the shows. And we're going to go right through. We ain't stopping. We're going to be here Saturday, Sunday, next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We will not stop. As long as there's wrestling to watch, we will be here to watch it with you. If you haven't liked or subscribed yet, please do so. We are rolling along. And yeah, I've had fun tonight. Show's not great, not terrible. I'm not bored, but you guys are keeping me company. Nick's keeping me company. Overall, pretty good night. Boom, boom, boom. All right, now I'm back from commercial, folks. And once again, thank you for tuning in. What is this? What is this? What is this? I have no idea what this is. I know Sanga's here. Keep Universal on Roman until Mania. Yeah, I mean, I just feel like if Austin cashes in, take both. If it's going to be a success, make it a big success. So Sanga's the heater. So okay. I'm catching up. I did not realize they were that was a tag team. Interesting. I like what they're doing with Sanga though. Keep Universal on Roman for more than 1,000 days, breaking Hulk Hogan's record. Then a month later, after he loses to who? Loses to who? There you go. There you go. You already had the answer there for me, buddy. After that, Roman will lose Universal to Cody. Cody win the Royal Rumble, folks. That's my call. You want to bring up Cody Rhodes tonight? Cody Rhodes will be back, and he will win the Royal Rumble and go on to Mania, and he might win at Mania.
Adrenaline in my soul. Something, Cody Rhodes. Fuck no.
No.
That's just my personal preference. So I could very much see them doing it to where you get a match between Roman and Cody. I could almost see that being a Mania match, but I feel like they've penciled in
that's a Mania
him
match
versus Rock. It's more of just, I guess, my personal preference and my personal bias. So just, I don't want to see.
Wait,
I would rather see Cody with a U.S. title reign than a world title reign.
That's Santino Marella's daughter, right?
Yeah, versus Indy Botch Hartwell.
Indy Botch Hartwell. I don't know how I feel about Santino's daughter on first kind of impression.
I wouldn't, discredit her. To me, so far, she seems all right. Santino was a comedy shtick, but he was the best comedy shtick.
Listen, he's from my neck of the woods, buddy. So got to show some love for Santino. And
yeah, the Canadian pretending to be an Italian.
Right? It's so funny. But I mean, he went to his roots. Who's your favorite hockey team? Listen, I hate to say this publicly, but no, I don't. I'm proud to be a Toronto Maple Leaf fan. It's been hard times, but I am.
The curse of the Maple Leaf.
I bleed blue and white.
Oh. I honestly can't even say that I have one. I have more like favorite players.
Oh, wow.
What?
It was just my oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, well, I'm an OB fan, but I'm not exactly a Capitals fan.
Well, okay. That's fair enough.
Right.
You got to like a team. Like, all right, that team's cool.
Well, I grew up in upstate New York to where we had, the Sabres, but you also had the Canadians, the Senators. They were all close by. Even same thing with the Maple Leafs. So I grew up in a diverse fandom area, not like you, born in the
pick a team, any team.
Right. That's up there on your birth certificate of just the stamp that they give you of just, You were born in Toronto. You are now a Maple Leafs fan. Oh, you were born in Ottawa. Oh, now you're a Sens fan.
Well, I mean, locally there's reason, and I mean, I understand the local part of it, and you're very proud of your city and that kind of thing.
Right.
And you just kind of grow up overexposed to it. But I mean, I got brothers who aren't Leaf fans. They kind of all evolved into Leaf fans with age, I think. So, but there are a lot of people in this neck of the woods. You get the whole Toronto Montreal argument, that kind of thing, right?
Is that as big of a rivalry? Because I live in New England, so there's very much the Bruins Montreal rivalry, just like there's the Yankees Red Sox rivalry, which I'm actively involved in. But so is there really a big rivalry between Toronto and Montreal? Not to go completely off topic,
right? There is. I mean, it's a historical kind of rivalry, and it's deep. But I think because both teams kind of tapered off over the last little while, where there was times where either one wasn't overly competitive, so it kind of took a little bit of steam off. And then there was Toronto and Boston met a bunch of times in the playoffs, and that became a kind of a rivalry. And, I know I don't want to hear about it. It hurts my heart.
Yeah, well, no, I was just going to say not to, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but if I'm remembering my hockey knowledge correctly, that
I want to hear it.
Toronto and Montreal were two of the original six.
Yes.
And we're the only two Canadian teams in the original six. So that's going to instantly create that rivalry, I feel.
Yeah, I mean, the fan bases are very much at war. Like the fan bases are very much.
Yeah, you speak two different languages.
Yeah,
and Andy picks up the win after a big boot. Sorry to interrupt, but I feel even you would differ from your doppelganger on Monday Night Raw there, Kevin Owens.
Right. Well, here's a funny story. The one of the most historic collapses in a playoff performance history. The Leafs blow a huge lead late in the third and lose in overtime and get eliminated by the Boston Bruins. And that is the last and only time since the age of about 18 that I did not have hair on my face because I bet the beard on the Toronto Maple Leafs. And I had 3 bets won, looking pretty with 9 minutes to go. And that in typical Leaf fashion, they have one of the most historic collapses ever. And off with the beard.
So you heard it here first, folks, is that if the Toronto Maple Leafs win the Stanley Cup, you will see a clean-shaven KJ.
I might even agree to that. I would happily listen if the Toronto Maple Leafs are marching the cup down through the city. I will happily pay the penance of one beard. You might not see me for 2 weeks, but other than that. Now back to the wrestling.
Right.
Indy gets the W, and Mark. Oh no, wait, that's not Mark Sterling. That's Bibbit. No, that's not him either.
No, that's Robbie E.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember his WWE name, but I can remember his TNA name.
Right.
Him with
Robert. Swanson.
Well, it's Robert Stone.
Robert Stone.
There we go. We got there. With why am I even blanking on his name? All I can think of is the cultaholic name, and that's not appropriate.
Hey, to a question earlier, what WrestleMania match would you change? Andre shouldn't have let Hogan win. Same thing with Taker and Brock.
If you're going to talk Andre versus Hogan winning, then you're wrong there. I agree with you with Taker Brock, but I think we also talked about this earlier we could literally make this a whole separate show. We could make this a whole segment on, this week's podcast. That could be the big question of the week or something.
Might have to.
Right, because if we're going to go through all of the WrestleManias and any match that you could change, because then you have to get into that perimeter of then your fantasy booking even beyond that. Because who's to say, even if you change the outcome of the match, that they don't just fucking screw it up on the back end.
Right.
So, yeah, that's a long-winded answer to a small question.
No, I mean, and it's a good answer, Nick. And I mean, we talked about it. And again, I think if the Taker Brock moment was what the Andre Hogan moment was, that here you go, I would have less problem with it. But he kept coming back. He ended up losing another one. And it didn't, like you said, like Brock's needle was here. And after that, it didn't move. If anything, it went down a little. People were kind of like, fuck's sake.
Well, and I feel like, though, that's the thing, is that unfortunately with wrestling, they always try and just recreate moments instead of try and create new moments. We needed a new Andre Hogan moment. We couldn't have a first ever. Well, we ended up getting it, but have a first ever Brock and Taker moment. It seems like this weird thing at times with wrestling that it seems to have to go into a circle.
Right? Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman. Sorry, distracted again. Next week, yes, we are getting a Falls Count Anywhere match between these two gentlemen, Nick.
Yeah, Solo and Von Go Away Wagner.
I like Von Wagner. I just hate his name because it instantly comes out Von Wanker every time I say it. Oh, it's Von Wanker.
Well, no, he just fits in perfectly with Gunther and Ludwig and all of that. Just Von Wagner.
You know what? Keep the Von Wagner name and let him join Imperium and bring Imperium back.
Yeah, but would he almost dwarf Gunther at this point?
I mean, he'd be nice like that. Gunther has to do less because he has a powerhouse with him. Well, right? The guard.
Gunther's the last his weird, kinky chop shit. So,
yeah, I don't know if he'd get away with that with Von Wagner, but I mean, it would be imposing, I suppose. Might have to give Gunther some cheeseburgers to get back into that kind of role with a guy that size.
Yeah, well, I think he's a guy that they've just kind of rushed along too fast just because he's a big guy and because it's Matt Bloom's kid.
No, but I think he does have some upside. I think he moves well. I think as a heel, he's good. And I think, his dad's influence definitely helps.
Well, he does have upside, but not an upside to the level to where he should be anywhere even thinking about or sniffing the main roster right now.
It's interesting that they have him do a segment with Solo at SmackDown, right? Like it's an interesting take on it, right? So
yeah, well, that's why I'm saying that there's speculation that they could both get called up.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, I think on the main roster, kind of like he has now, maybe someone better than Stone. No offense, Stone, but you have a guy that, a big imposing guy that kind of comes out and does what Omos is supposed to do, but do it better. That's a good point. Maybe I don't want it.
Yeah.
No, I like Wagner though. I think he's got a bright future. See how they book him.
Yeah, he has a bright future in about 3 to 5 years. Not now.
Yeah, that's kind of how it goes, bud. I mean, a lot of wrestlers when they switch up and grow. WWE was infamous for beating people that had never been beaten.
Well, and even then, I mean,
time out.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this lady stole. I don't like her. I've said this before. I don't get it. Like this very fake, complete opposite of what we saw earlier. But is this not fucking Drew Gulak's gimmick?
Yeah, I was just about to say this is Gulak's PowerPoint.
Did they not shove their boot far enough up this man's ass? Now they hijacked his gimmick, and then I'm outraged. Hashtag fight for Drew.
If Nikita Lyons is troubled, I will help her find the solution.
Well, no. Anyway.
Well, sorry, I just that whole promo segment was a PowerPoint presentation about Nikita Lyons. And now we've got Alba baseball bat.
At a time where there were basically no storylines. Wait, I got to connect some dots here. Yeah, I mean, again, I think that's partly why somebody can, be undefeated for 15 years. And, the lore of, you move around a lot more. You change where you are. It was a different time. It was really a different time.
You didn't have social media. Now you couldn't pull off the Goldberg of to where he, from one Monday Nitro to the next, he pulls off, all of a sudden his record's like 40 plus.
People are begging for Roman to give up that belt. He's had it too long. It's stale. They're begging for it. He's on a historic run, and people are begging for that belt. Sucks. Fucking hate Roman. Well, he's set in history, so I think we
right.
should live
It's
on fight.
called. Well, it's you have to retrain people to not everything is, hey, next week we get an answer. Oh, it's wrapped up, right after this, that sometimes storylines actually go for a while.
Yeah, let them play out. Let them have.
Not everything's the length of a TikTok. Okay, so Ivy Now and Tatum Paxley versus Gigi Dolan and JC Jane versus Katana Chance and Kane Carter versus Yulisa Leon and Valentina Ferreros for the NXT Women's Tag Team Championship Fatal 4-Way Elimination match. So Roxana Perez, even though she never lost the title, just because her partner threw one in the bin, she's no longer champion.
No.
The fuck is that?
Right? Like, and then why have her involved in that whole take out of the garbage thing?
Right.
Oh, thank you for forfeiting these. Wait, what?
But then we're still getting we're getting the Falls Count Anywhere match, and then we're also going to be getting the JD McDonough versus Braun Breaker. So shit.
I don't get how we got here. Anyway, poor Broxy.
Yeah.
Taker was on board when Vince suggested Brock end the streak. I think that's what Taker will say all the way to his grave.
Right. And I'm sure.
I think Taker's a company guy. I think toes the line.
Yeah. Taker's the one guy that never was in another, never jumped ship. Never even hinted at it.
Mm-hmm. No, it definitely has that Vince feel to it where, he was loyal to Vince, and there was, it turns out it worked, right? That's why it was such a long career, and Vince loved him, and we all loved him, and then for valid reason. No, so here comes the Diamond Mine. I'm late. I'm just getting home. It's all good. You're allowed to be late. Laugh my ass out. Damn. I don't know what we missed. Hashtag fight for Drew. There we go. Let's go.
Yeah, well, weren't we going to have free Roddy shirts? Now we need to have free Gulak shirts too.
Yeah, no. Fight for Drew and free Roddy. Poor Roddy.
We'll have fight for Drew on the back and free Roddy on the front because, Roddy looks absolutely miserable in all of this. Like you said before, it was just he got to watch all of his friends, go out, and play on the playground while he got stuck in detention.
Right. He's the one kid that hey, do you want to come out and play, Roddy? Mom, can I go out and play? No, Roddy. My mom said no. And then, and they all run off. That's Roddy.
Well,
poor Roddy.
And it's mostly, honestly, because they've basically dismantled the Diamond Mine. Like they had a pretty much ready-made, faction like what they had with Kurt Angle and Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin. And instead they got rid of Bivens. They messed around with this. They messed around with that. They just couldn't leave well enough alone.
What a chuck. Wow. Stacks just got launched. It's 50-50 on Roman with other chats. I do either in person or on YouTube. Yeah, I do feel like there is a split, a divide, as far as there's literally a good amount of people that are like, we're over it.
How many people that are over it also liked late 2000 or early 2000s WCW?
Yeah,
I think there would be a correlation.
Right. We asked for
all hell is breaking loose, folks.
On long-term booking. It's true. It's a little true.
Mm-hmm.
Well, two things with that. One, the WWE has been bad for not paying off at the end, right? Or you follow long-term booking and then your dude gets just dummied by some returning guy. You're like, fuck. I was so into what they were doing, and here comes Goldberg. It's that kind of thing that piss fans off. And yeah, I think the fans do have to learn to be more patient. They can't have it both ways. The WWE or AEW has their, your small short-term storylines going on, but you have your long-term main event stories that carry you, right?
Yeah, well, and we've even talked about it even with like the MJF situation to where, yeah,
We
he
got a
hasn't been
brawl,
on
by the
TV
way.
or mentioned for a while, but instantly everybody's ready to give up. And respect your elders, Mr. Brand.
Roddy going to stay since Hunter. That is a possibility, and I mean, I'm down.
Well, I know that I've at least heard the rumor that now because Hunter is there, that and Vince is out, that talent from AEW is very much looking at WWE as an option if their contracts run out or if they leave AEW.
Yeah, I mean it's going to be interesting, Nick. It really will. Now, what is the sway? I mean, because there is other people, and I know people have been spending a lot of time going, oh, Gargano's going to be pumped, and Bray's going to be pumped, and KO, and this one, but there are going to be some people who are like, fuck, no.
Right.
There's got to be some. It's just the nature of the game.
And his name is Phil
and
Brooks.
how you play it. Yeah, right? And you look at guys like Theory. Does Theory continue his push? Does, what angle does Logan Paul continue if he stays around after SummerSlam? Who holds the belt? What do you see as the main event? How does Clash at the Castle build up now?
Yeah, well, and how does Cody come back now, Mr. taking shots at, taking the sledgehammer to the throne and everything? Now that he's torn his titty,
I think
how does he come back with Hunter in charge instead of Vince, who remembers his daddy Dusty Rhodes, baby?
Right. I think they should do an angle.
Mm-hmm.
I think there should be an angle where obviously Triple H isn't going to be out there dropping elbows, but I think they do an angle where Cody's trying to get after the belt, and whoever has the belt, maybe it's Roman. But it would be really funny if Triple H got involved and started fuck with him. Oh yeah,
well, they do like the authority angle to where Hunter just cuts him off at every corner.
Yeah, just cuts him off at the knees. Oh yeah, you're the throne breaker. I'll show you who the fucking king is.
Right.
Watch this.
Oh, absolutely.
There's a payoff on that
little shots in. We saw it during his Hall of Fame speech, and even Seth got it in when Cody showed up. Of your friends tried to destroy everything that I was over here trying to build.
Right. I mean poignant, right?
Right.
Ooh, remember I said it was warm? It's cooking here now. Is this supposed to get cooler at night? What is happening?
It's because we're just heating up, boy.
We're on fire.
Catching fire.
WWE not paying back. Vince wouldn't say the same.
What?
I don't know. What? I can't stand WWE using Oldberg as much as they did. I hope it stops now. It might not stop. They might have to hot shot a little bit, but
I was going to say, well, it was supposed to. I think it was supposed to about 2 matches ago, but don't forget that they had that man on speed dial as a failsafe.
Well, yeah.
Rocky Boy walking out, that they could have just pulled on, old Billy and just had him come in and face Roman.
Right.
Because they had that little dusty finish in Saudi Arabia.
Right. But then that's the pickle they put themselves in, though. It's like, shit, no Brock, Goldberg. You're like, what? What the fuck? You have nobody? Nobody.
Right, but that's the thing, is they book themselves into a shitty corner and then just go, can you believe this? Yeah, fucker, because you did it.
That's my favorite part when and we talked about this before. Like those reports come out. WWE not happy with roster. You signed them. What the fuck?
Right, you did it.
Man, I hate my car.
Not happy with SummerSlam. Well, we didn't book it.
Yeah,
we've been on here before and come up with better stuff than they could in all of 30 seconds.
Right. Well, dude, how shit of a fucking writer or creative person are you to fucking hate your own shit? Like, imagine you put your shit down on paper and not even you vote for it. You look at it. Oh, this is garbage.
Right.
Right.
This is ass.
Usually the survey is like 4 out of 5 people. No, these surveys are 5 out of 5 because even the one person that pitched it didn't like it.
Right.
We're really going to do this? Okay. Hey, old WCW had a lot of great talent. The whole angle of WCW invasion was awesome.
Oh, you are twisted right there, sir. Yes, old WCW did have a bunch of talent. The WCW invasion angle that they did in WWE had a lot of potential. That is the most that you could say about that. Has had a lot of potential, and it fell on its fucking arse.
It did. I mean, realistically, dude, the problem is the minute that it wasn't a legitimate war, that Vince was kind of letting the troops out at his own, like, oh, sorry, I'm thinking of the later invasion, but if
the minute that they had, I think it was Stone Cold and somebody else, off Booker T and Buff Bagwell in the WCW Championship match that was supposed to be the main event of Raw, as it was a special WCW match. And you killed it dead in the fucking water. Instantly, you made your competition look lesser than.
And it was on
purpose. That's supposed to be the invading, the invading faction. Right. They should look superior.
Right. Well, that was done with intent, and that's where.
Oh yeah.
I mean, obviously the original invasion where WCW was invaded, that angle worked because everyone thought it was real, right? Like everyone thought.
Oh, the NWO.
Yeah, the NWO.
So this is where the big boys play, huh?
Right.
Look at the adjective. Play.
Right. Agree. Going to be interesting what happens with Cody now. Yeah, I don't think there's any heat. I think Hunter's shown a great ability to mend fences and build bridges. He's brought a lot of guys back into the fold, a lot of people back in the fold that you were like, they're never coming back. But like Hunter makes a call and says, like, listen, what can we do? And he's done that several times.
Yeah, that's why it took so long to get China into the Hall of Fame.
Right. But now, I mean, again, if it was Triple H, what?
I'll let you get there.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I could imagine he'd be a little more swift with that kind of thing and less resentful.
Well, it depends, because we did have, it's one of those questions of how much was the whole, and this isn't, CM Punk talking to Triple H. This is Phil Brooks talking to Paul Levesque. Was that actually legitimate? Because we had, like you said, even with people with the talent that's already there, or any talent that was considering going to WWE, now, yes, Vince is gone, so they still may not be as skeptical, but there's some that probably do have a issue with Hunter being in charge.
What is happening?
Yeah.
I'm quickly becoming a Creed Brothers fan.
Oh, like I said, before Vinnie Mac there had retired, he's gone on record of saying that he views them as, WrestleMania main eventers.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, we've seen taste of it, but they're like, man, the agility, the speed. They were green, a little clunky at first, and I kind of made fun of them because they were nondescript. They're getting better. They're getting better.
To me, though, it's don't break them up ever as a tag team ever. Don't ever.
Yeah,
ever
some tag teams belong. Sometimes,
right?
Yeah.
Make them your FTR of they're just your technical. Oh,
yo, 2 dimes or 2 stack or whatever, which one it is left. Man, totally did a Darby. He's like Darby. He wrestles like Darby. Wow, shit, dude. Everyone's just getting blown up. Oh! The basement clothesline. Couple high knees. Another basement clothesline. I feel like the turn is coming soon. Roddy joins the... He did it. He did it. There it is. But... Wow, forget about it. Forget about it. Wow. Roddy joins the D'Angelo family?
No.
Right?
Roddy fucks off to SmackDown or something.
I don't know, man. It's not looking hopeful.
Yeah, Roddy versus Gunther, I'd be game for. We're gonna get Roddy, or we're gonna get Gunther versus Shinsuke.
I like Gunther versus Shinsuke.
Oh, I like the potential.
Oh, wait.
You good?
Yeah, no, I'm catching Medusa's thing here. And I find it interesting that she said the last team standing will earn the right. So it was just a real weird emphasis.
Well, it's also a fatal 4-way. Is it going to be elimination? It's to me, it's all hodgepodge together.
I'm just wondering if there's a fifth or a fifth team that sneaks into this. Like, I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Like
I'm over
Indie Rock.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, it would make a little bit of sense, wouldn't it, Nick?
A little bit. Like I said, Papa Paul, just start sending them checks in. We won't tell nobody.
They wanted to end Bagwell real quick. I was disappointed. I liked Bagwell.
Yeah, well, it was all good until his mama showed up. But I think it's one of those that just Vince viewed everything
you had to go there
from WCW as inferior. That's why he literally had that whole promo to where, Double J is double G, double O, double N, double E, gone. Yeah. He literally fired a man on national TV just out of spite. So he did not give two shits about trying to put WCW to even look anywhere near on par with WWE, which is what you need to do if you're going to do an invasion angle. You need to look like you're fighting from underneath, like you're not, you're, the conquering victor that's just moving a nuisance out of the way.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that was one of the times for me that Vince's ego kind of cost him more than it could have helped him. I really think if he could have played it serious and really kind of gave the feel to it, there was a chance. But he really didn't. He bailed.
Yeah, and then went on to fight God.
What else we got here? Austin Booker T in a grocery store. One of my favorite things ever.
Oh, price check on Jackass.
When he comes out of the freezer. No, when he comes out of the milk part, like
when it just all down his face and everything.
The best shit ever. Booker looks relieved for a second. He comes out of the fucking fridge.
Just
price check, Jackass.
Right, yeah. Price check on Jackass.
I understand what you're saying. It could have been brand versus brand instead of emergence. Yeah, absolutely.
That's what it was supposed to be.
I'm liking the Creed brothers' attitude of old school wrestlers. I do. I like what they're bringing to the table.
Oh, gee, what a shocker that, old school wrestling to where you don't got to do, to quote MJF, a bunch of bullshit to get you there is getting over.
Right. No, I completely agree. Random question as we're winding down here tonight, folks, but let us know your ratings out of 10. What do you got tonight? What did you like about the show? What didn't you like? How did you feel about it? Out of 10, light up the chat. Let us know. Thoughts on fake wrestling accounts on Insta. There's hundreds of fake lives trying to message super. Yeah, no, I mean, listen, the people that run and control these social media platforms have to have a better way of navigating some of this shit. And I know there's a bigger debate here.
On them?
No, not just them. But people out there are fucked. And we see it on our channel where, especially as you start to grow and get better, more and more weird shit starts happening. People try and hack you. People want to be fake. People want to extort. There's always going to be assholes. The only thing you can hope is that people can be smart enough to see through the bullshit. But those people, they need to go under a rock and kind of, just fucking kick the bucket. It's a waste of everyone's time, but it's constant. It's incessant. That's a huge pandemic.
I will sum it up in this way, I guess, as best I can. Internet wrestling fans, the cause and solution to all of life's problems. The wrestling community online can be absolutely fantastic. Obviously, that's why we're here. But it also has some really kind of just, honestly, no offense to anyone, but some cringe corners that just you shouldn't do it. Please don't. It's one thing to me, it's when it gets to that cross the line of, because we've seen those cases to where you had somebody break into Sonya Deville's house, You've had the stuff with Alexa Bliss. Like when it gets to that level, it's one of those of just, all right, how much does just being a fan and do you cross that line of now this is obsessive and unhinged?
Well, fuck, but there's crazy people in all walks of life, like musicians and celebrities. That one of the biggest problems with the fucking world, and we're completely off train and we need to go to bed soon, but one of the biggest problems with this world is obsessing over ridiculous shit. That's why Kim Kardashian ended up the way she is. No offense, but fuck, it's just like dumb obsession of like, what is she doing? Who gives a fuck? Anyway, I'm not getting on this diatribe tonight. We'll save it for Rumble. But I mean, there's always going to be bullshit, but that sometimes, like the guy that gave money to the fake Liv, he was kind of fucking dumb. No offense.
It takes 5% of a community, a fandom, what have you, to ruin it for everybody else.
Well, that's and here's the counterbalance to that. And this place is a great example of it. And it's not the only one out there, but this has been nothing but a positive place. There's been negative people. There's been negative bullshit. Gets dealt with really quick because we believe in bringing people together, people from all different places, all different walks of life. This channel just lights up and we love it. We've had, all different viewpoints and backgrounds on this channel.
We're the exception, not the standard.
We are the exception. And I like it, and that we will always be the exception. Nobody will be here as much as we are. No one will be as open as we are. We've become family with a lot of names in this chat. So, folks, we thank you. And it's been fun. And, I mean, it's always fun doing this shit. But that's our big fucking kumbaya speech for the fucking week.
Yeah. That's our super off-topic moment of the night.
Right? 10 out of 10 because Roxanne Perez. That's a stretch. Aye, Poppy. Great stream, guys.
Who you Poppy now, Chris?
Right? So random. Great stream, guys. Thought this NXT was a little down. 6 out of 10.
I'm not far off with you.
I think I like that. I'm kind of leaning towards a 7.5. I really like the main event, and Medusa gets a bonus.
A little bit. I'm about with you there on a 7. It wasn't bad.
7,
but it wasn't
shit there.
Great. Yeah. It was enough to get you through.
Absolutely. Fatal 4-way elimination for NXT Women's Tag Titles next week. Yeah, I mean they keep really kind of. I'll give them credit. The last 2 in particular, really full cards. Really full cards.
Oh yeah, they're very much stacking their cards on NXT. We had for a while that brief period to where it just was like you'd maybe get one match that was worth giving a damn about. Right. And now you're getting 2, 3, 4 plus.
Right. NXT, give me Indy Hartwell and Roxanne Perez as a tag team. I think you nailed that one, Nick.
I'm going to just challenge everybody now to get the hashtag Indie Rock trending just so we get that as a 5th tag team entered. Because
manifest my destiny.
Exactly. Speak it into existence. Right. But it's one of those that I'm surprised that someone who had the physical title and because her partner threw it in the trash,
she is kind of some bullshit.
The title.
I guess like one forfeits, you both forfeit. You can't.
Bullshit. She should have just teamed with Alundra there.
Oh, fucking right.
You won the 24/7 title, bitch. I know you can at least do a roll up.
Right. Alundra looking good.
Right.
We got an 8 out of 10, 6 out of 10. See, yeah. All right. People need to remember on camera, everyone is different. No, absolutely.
You just need to remember that people are human beings.
That's it. That's it. Just respect each other, love each other. We are all human, and we're all doing our best
to have a great day.
Always. But with that being said, and on that wonderful positive note, folks, that was NXT. Not a bad night, not an amazing night, but no matter how the wrestling is, we're always on fire. Big Nick, another fun night, buddy. And we're back at it tomorrow for Fight for the Fallen. Are you ready for that one?
Oh, absolutely. We're just getting rolling on this whole week. Like I said, we're just, we're just building up all the way to the weekend. So we're just getting started, folks.
We're just getting started. And you know what? We haven't really plugged it tonight. So we were on a heater tonight. It was a fast pace. And that's what we always say about NXT. Get you going. But just remind everyone, our t-shirt is available. If you guys want to go check out Alt Wrestling Tees on Instagram, social media, anywhere. Look them up. Our special edition shirt is out now. Check it out. Check it out. Looks cool. But that being said, folks, like Nick said, we are going to be here all the way Saturday, Sunday. You know what we do. We're going to be here for SummerSlam, and we want it to be a big night. So like we said last Saturday, tell all your friends, what are you doing on Saturday? We're checking in with this. Even if they check in for a couple seconds to say hi, we appreciate the love. Let's blow it up. Let's get this channel to 500 before we even get close to SummerSlam. Let's do it this week, folks. We appreciate the love. We appreciate the support. Nick, I'm ready for bed, and we'll come back tomorrow.
Absolutely, sir.
You gonna say it?
Catch you on the flip side.
Yeah, the flip side. Bye.